Hey guys, happy Friday. It's Nisa. I'm here with WTV's weekly advice column and shit. Didn't make a video last week because I went shopping with my niggas and I totally forgot. Oops, sorry. And, don't know if you've noticed, but WTV has, changed a bit. We only have 5 videos a week now, and there's different peoples doing the videos. I don't know who they are because I don't talk to people. And I'm just here to make videos. Look at my lipstick print. Isn't that shit? Oh, you can kind of see it. Anyway, so, because of the changes that WTV has undergone, Quentin, the webmaster, has decided that it would be appropriate for us to do a universal topic, you know, to kind of show, you know, whatever the fuck. I'm just here to make videos. I don't know. And he chose rants. And I already spent the morning ranting to myself in a ridiculous Cockney accent about the joys of food. So, obviously the only thing left to rant about is politics and government and shit. So, and I'm really unprepared for this because sometimes I have moments of intelligence and sometimes I'm just like this. So, this is one of those moments where I'm just like this. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go to Facebook and talk about something on there because reasons. Okay, so my friend Amy was doing some summer homework last minute as usual, and she came across this article and she said, "I'm getting mad reading this article. Fuck the government, for real. You can't rely on civil asset forfeitures to sustain your agonizing budget. That's bullshit. Isn't that contradicting the Fifth Amendment?" And, end quote. So, me being all stupid about certain most politics and government shit, I was just like, what the hell are civil asset forfeitures? So I looked it up and did some extensive reading, and I quickly developed an opinion which I followed through with research. And I said, it is indeed a violation of the Fifth Amendment, kind of like it's contradicting it. But at the same time, the government isn't directly in charge of asset forfeitures. It's a flimsy excuse, I know, but from what I've read, the police do all the seizing, and since these cases are civil cases and not actual criminal cases, the civilians aren't given the same protections. Okay, so first let me explain what civil asset forfeitures are. That's when, like, okay, so you see how in the movies, like, the police seize, like, a warehouse, a drug warehouse or whatever, and then, like, they search it and they're like, oh, there's drugs in there, blah, blah, blah. So they seize it and they don't give it back to the public. And either it is sold or the government keeps it or they just use it for debt thingies. Like they use it to settle debts or whatever. Well, that's what it is. Civil asset forfeitures. You seize someone's property and you use that shit to make money. So, I mean, it's kind of a gross perversion of our rights, but who are we to tell the government what to do? You know, it's only a republic after all. Anyway, so I said, continuing with my Facebook comment that's hella long, I said, the fact that this is even a problem though is, wait, let me go back to the whole civil cases and criminal cases. I don't know why, but I guess criminals are afforded more rights than people who have, like, simple civil violations. If you murder or rape someone, you have more rights than someone who sold drugs to minors. I don't know. I feel like you should get equal rights for that. I guess it's a whole privacy thing and just, like, large cases, and I just don't understand why that is the way it is. So if someone can just leave a comment down there and tell me, because I'm too lazy to do my own research, and it seems like a really extensive topic that I don't feel like getting into. Just please leave a comment or something. Anyway, so I said, continuing, the fact that this is even a problem, though, is a great perversion of the Fifth Amendment as well as our rights to privacy and such. It seems illogical that persons involved in civil cases, whether innocent or not innocent, I don't think people are guilty even if they are guilty, are not afforded the same protections as a rapist. But there you have it, America and its backwards pseudo-progressive politics for you. Oh, see, I was getting a bit angry. It also points to the corruption of the police force. Hello, police is notoriously corrupt. We are not a police state, okay? So let's stop cutting them slack and start beating the shit out of them if they do shit wrong. Come on, America, come on. Anyway, this country isn't a police state, but the amount of leniency given to the police in cases of gross corruption says otherwise. We must ask ourselves, are we really focusing on the right issues? Sure, the budget is all important for people who know about it, but what about the little people? The people who are still trying to get by and couldn't be bothered with Wall Street and its bullshit because they don't know the hard truth of it all. True economic revitalization starts from the bottom up. That's in my opinion. Because I feel like economics tie in with society and stuff, and to have a healthy economy you must bolster the weakest link, which would be the absolute bottom class, the people who are working hard, trying to earn their money, and yet are still stuck in those grooves of disparity, of non-prosperousness, of being poor. You should bolster those people, and just, if they have more money to spend, everyone has more money to spend, and it's just logic to me, even though it's probably not really an actual thing. Anyway, moving back to the Facebook thing. When citizens of America are having their properties seized by the state is breeding a hateful group of downtrodden individuals who withdraw into themselves, some of whom will go on to become involved in crimes. Not that I'm saying all poor people are involved in crimes. Obviously, that's not true. Hello. Anyway, the police meant to protect the citizens by using the system are instead dooming the citizens by abusing the system. In conclusion, I believe that the blame should be placed not only on the government, but law enforcement as well. And then I ended my rant. And, I don't know. It's kind of long-winded, but the point is that people are just focusing on the wrong aspects of politics to me. Like, I feel like, yeah, economics is really important and shit, but what about, like, actually focusing on people? Like, people and what they need. Like, you're cutting money from our education systems, and you're claiming that education is important. Well, your end results are not exactly the same as what you're advocating. Which brings me to what I put on Facebook after that long rant. I was just feeling really rantful that day. And I said that politics nowadays doesn't seem to focus on real issues. It seems to be designed to appeal to people who can listen and provide their own 2 cents. That's all well and good, but those people who are providing their 2 cents on filler wedge issues are the same people who hem-haw and sit back and do nothing because they really don't know much about anything except how to protect their one-sided arguments and how to become wrapped up in words and ideas and not actions. So, filler wedge issues. Okay, there's normal wedge issues, which are just like issues that divide America into, and people just feel like they have to either pick the conservative or the liberal stance on it, and they can't pick a moderate stance, you know, like abortion. That would be a wedge issue. But it's also a filler wedge issue, because while I'm not downplaying the importance, like, that's really important, there's also other important things, and it's a filler wedge issue because politicians are using that issue to gain votes. So that's how they gain one issue, like single issue voters and stuff, and I'm just like, what about the rest of us who care about other topics and stuff? Like, you're not talking about that, you're not telling me what you would do, what your plan is regarding that type of issue, and it's just, it pisses me off, because I'm just like, your only objective right now is to gain votes, and that's not telling me that you actually have a set goal for America. You're saying these things to gain votes, but what are you actually going to do? Like, I don't care about you trying to gain votes. I care about your plan of action. Do you want to change America or become the president? Because that's 2 completely different things, in my opinion. Anyway, and then I said, trying to sound educated on a topic is different than actually being educated on one. People are using wedge issues to fling mud at each other and call each other stupid names, while this tactic is much more effective than ad hominem defense mechanisms, which, I don't know if you know this, but ad hominem and mudslinging are the same thing. They don't do much for bringing about the change that these silly politicians promise and advocate. Instead of using your much advertised knowledge to argue with your opponent, why don't you step down from your podium and show us some results, which is exactly what I was talking about with the whole civil asset forfeitures thing. And I was just like, this really frustrates me, because you can go to Brown or Duke or Yale or Princeton or wherever the fuck you went to college and still not know jack shit about, like, how to fix the government. You can know about politics but not know about government. You can know about how to play people and manipulate them and how to gain votes, but you won't know a single thing about how to fix the government that you said you're trying to fix. Hello, I don't understand. So I feel like people who are going up for president, I'm sorry, Mr. Obama, I love you more than I love hot Cheetos, and that's a lot. I feel like they're not fixed on results of, like, their plan of actions. They just want to win. Win, win, win. This country is more than winning. We don't need a president right now. We need solutions. You're not providing solutions, and that just really pisses me off. And I mean, Mr. Obama surely did a lot for our country already, but at the same time, it's all politicking, you know? You're compromising with conservatives, and you're a Democrat. Democrats don't need to compromise, okay? You had the, like, just do what you said you were gonna do, and it just pisses me off that Congress is so, like, set on compromising that they're just letting these issues build up into a huge catastrophe, and in the end, they're at the same thing they were arguing about, like, 5 months ago, or whatever. You know, they're at the same solution they were arguing about, and there's been no progress, and I'm just like, you want fast results, and yet you're taking tiny baby steps. If you were mature enough and just progressive enough to see that you need to make huge steps to see huge results, then you wouldn't be blaming the president for all your problems that he didn't even cause, except for that one peculiar bombing in that one nation. I think it was Pakistan. Anyway, so, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of shit, and politics just really riles me up, and this has just been a really long, ranty video about stuff like that. And you can see a lot of these things on Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter when I post about them. And it's just, I hate life. And just people who are just so, they pander and they pander, and they don't know what they want, and in the end, they're just puppets that they claim they're not. And you won't get my vote that way. I'm sorry. I will vote for Obama. I'm telling you that now. But it's with great hesitation. Great hesitation. Anyway, this week's Song of the Week is Strawberry Swings or whatever. I forgot what it's called. Let me look it up. Frank Ocean. I'm really loving Frank Ocean this summer. I'm just feeling him. Yeah, Strawberry Swing by Frank Ocean is from Nostalgia Ultra. It's a really good song. I like it. But I also love Rita Ora's cover of Swim Good. And I'm just like, Rita, what the fuck with your fuckery? What's with the pop barf that you keep singing? I'm loving your covers, and they're just so, they're filled with musical talent. And then I hear the rest of your shit, and I'm like, you know? So, end rant.